All right, so this comes from Pride of Detroit. And this is an open thread that they have on their website. Everybody knows about Pride of Detroit. I think with Lions Wire, Pride of Detroit, M Live, Detroit Free Press, Detroit News, everything Detroit, they're up there, right? And I told you guys I'm not doing a season prediction anymore. Like those days are over. You know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna pop this chat out so I can see what y'all are saying at the same time. I don't know why I didn't do this to right now. Okay. So this is from their thread from today, 6 a.m. this morning, Pride of Detroit. How many more games will the Lions win in 2022? Now, I've told you guys I am not going to pick the Detroit Lions to win a game until they get to 500. I'm just not going to do it. I'd rather be wrong about them winning than wrong about them losing. Real talk. They have disappointed me and let me down for the last, as far as predictions, for the last time this year. Probably, right? So, according to Pride of Detroit, how many games do you think the Detroit Lions are going to win for the rest of the year? This came from a thread. What is this? Hamza, I don't even know how to say this guy's last name. Says, it doesn't get any easier from here. Cowboys, Dolphins, Packers. A bit of a break with the Bears and Giants, then Bills, Jags, Vikings. Well, I disagree with that. The Bears, yeah. The Giants, what are you talking about? They're like 4th or 5th on the power rankings. They got to have a top 5 record at this point. Dern says all we can hope is for them to turn it around. That's all we do, bro. Maybe 2 to 4 games. He then continues with his tweet. Lions could very easily be looking at 2-11 or 3-10 midway through December. Now, I'm going to tell you what. That right there. If the Lions are 3-10 at the middle of December, then I'm sorry. But the heat got to be blazing. I agree, Dern, what you said earlier. I agree. If Dan Campbell doesn't come out swinging, there's a new Creed 3. Adonis Creed is taking on his old friend. If he don't come out built like Michael B. Jordan, swinging from game one, and I ain't talking about swinging in a bunch of 4th down conversions. I'm talking about swinging, this team, this defense is on, the offense is on, everything's clicking, then year 3 is it. He may make it through the year. But if we stomach a 5th consecutive top 10 pick and a record under because remember, folks, every time CBS, ESPN, one of those things predict a record, it's true. 3-13, 5-11, whatever they say, it's true. It's almost like they got some type of crystal ball or something, or maybe they know the narrative. I don't know. They said 3-14 last year. And we wind up 3-13-1. The year before that, I remember I used to laugh at them like, no, man. I think Matt Patricia's last year, somebody said 5-11. Zay says a top 10 pick is looking more likely than not, maybe even a top 5. Zay, that makes 5 consecutive years, beginning with TJ Hawkinson. 5 consecutive years that we've been in the top 10. And I've had enough. All right? I've had enough. All right, but here's how this particular writer for Pride of Detroit sees this playing out. He has 2 categories, can't win and can win. We can't win, cannot win against Dallas, against the Dolphins, and on Thanksgiving. I would have to agree and disagree at the same time with all of those. I think we can beat all of those teams. We beat the Cardinals last year, and nobody gave us a chance. The Lions will beat a team they're not supposed to. And it won't be the Packers. It won't be they will beat a team they're not supposed to. Like they did the Arizona Cardinals last year. So, I agree in the fact that, yes, we probably should not win those games. Based on Dallas's defense, not their offense. Miami, they're on a 3-game losing streak going into week 7. So they're not what we thought they were. Right now, yeah, Tua was out. But even when he was in, you know what say? They got to go to New York, They got to go to New York and face the Giants and Jets, who are both. New York had a trifecta of wins last week, right? So where you had those, me personally, I had those as dubs at the beginning of the season. Now I'm not so sure, right? Can win against the Packers, Bears, Giants, Jaguars, Vikings, Jets, Panthers, Bears, and Packers. Now this is his opinion, right? In my opinion, I think every game is winnable, even with the atrocious defense that we have, because I still factor in the any given Sunday factor. That is a thing. There was a movie about it. No, I'm just playing. Shout out to Willie Beeman. But any given Sunday, team walks in there, you don't know who you're going to get. Did anybody expect the New York Jets to walk into Lambeau and straight up drub the reigning MVP? The answer is no. And if you tell me yes, you're lying. Did anybody expect the New York Giants to be 5-1, for the Jets to be 4-2, for the Packers to be 3-3 6 weeks in, right? Aaron Rodgers, up until last year under Matt LaFleur, has only lost 3 games per season. In Matt LaFleur's 3 years as head coach, he's now in his 4th. The Green Bay Packers have only lost 10 games, 3, 3, and 4. And if it weren't for the 17th game, it would have been 13-3, 3 years in a row. And now their loss total for the first 2 years, and without the 17th game, has already been matched. But we kind of knew they were falling off, right? But you can never count Aaron Rodgers out. So my opinion, because I'm not going to pick the Lions to win any game, here's what I'll say, because I'll say it for conversation's sake. The Bears don't look that good. The Jaguars, Travis Etienne looking nice, all right? But the Jaguars, they are who we thought they were, right? The Panthers, they're looking number 1 pick. So let's hypothetical. Remember that for a 3-year stretch, we owned the Bears, right? We owned them we were the Aaron Rodgers before he was Aaron Rodgers. 6 games in a row, home and away. Owned them for 3 years straight. Let's just, for the sake of this conversation, we can sweep the Bears, right? At the way the Packers playing, I don't know. Because Aaron Rodgers is missing Devontae Adams. Randall Cobb is out for a month. And he was already 30-some anyway. Some knowledge. So I agree and disagree with this whole assessment. I really do. I think we have to wait and see. But I know one thing. If the defense can't get a stop, we're not doing anything. Because at the end of the day, we need at least 1 stop.